welcome back to my channel. So today I'm continuing my series on master perfumers, and today we're going to be covering Olivier POLGE. You know how awful I am at my French pronunciation. So he is the perfumer, in-house perfumer for Chanel, but before that he created a lot of other fragrances for other brands. So I'm going to be taking you through my favorite creations from him. If you're new here, then hello, welcome. I'm all about perfumes. I have a whole series of videos like this on perfumers and their creations, as well as whole videos on perfume notes, whole ranges, new releases. So do check out my other content, and if you're a regular, do make sure you're subscribed and give the video a thumbs up. And as always, I'll leave the links down below in the description to where you can get the perfumes I talk about and where they're available around the world: UK, Europe, USA, Australia, etc. Cool. So Olivier, you might be noticing a theme here if you've been watching my other master perfumer videos, was born in Grasse in France, down in the south of France in Provence, which is kind of the sort of European home of perfume. A lot of perfumes grown there. Chanel, Dior source a lot of their flowers from there, and it has a lot of perfume schools, perfume labs, etc. His father is Jacques POLGE, and he was their in-house perfumer for 37 years, and in true nepotism style, his son then took over. Though I understand originally he wanted to be a classical artist. I think that's another common theme with perfumers, is that they are very creative, artistic. Often music or dance is another interest. So he actually studied art history, but then went on to be qualified and do the qualifications to become a perfumer. And he joined the IFF, International Flavors and Fragrances, in 1998. And brands, companies that make perfumes, then commission groups like the IFF, pay them to use their perfumers to create their scents. So in the 2000s, he worked on some of the old Burberry fragrances: Burberry Brit Rhythm, Burberry The Beat, Burberry Sport, The Beat for men and women. I don't know if those are all discontinued now. Burberry very much moved on to Burberry Her and My Burberry, but some of those classic, like very affordable everyday Burberry fragrances he worked on. For Bulgari, he created Mon Jasmin Noir. Now this was a beautiful soft jasmine perfume that's now been discontinued. I think it was my favorite from all the jasmine perfumes and the perfumes that Bulgari brought out, and I personally found it quite similar to Chanel Chance, which we'll get onto later. Diesel for men, he created only the Brave, the one with the fist. Again, a very fresh, successful, everyday fragrance, and kind of echoes of some of his later creations for Chanel for men. He also, for Dior, worked on the original Dior Homme fragrance, which is still sold, and also he worked on Pure Poison, which is another jasmine perfume, so you'll start to see a jasmine theme here. A really great long-lasting jasmine perfume. Really recommend Dior Poison. A lot of the great perfumers have worked on one of the Poison fragrances from the Dior line, and of course Dior Homme is really classic. And then around the same time, he created Dolce & Gabbana The One for men, which is another great male fragrance. And then also in the early 2000s, probably his first like major hit was Amon Code for women. So you'll probably remember that in the like early 2000s, it came out 2006, Amon Code was like everywhere. It's still sold and it is still a great perfume. Again, it's that jasmine, but it has like a fresh orangey top note, kind of along the lines of Pure Poison actually, with all that jasmine. And he was part of a team that worked on Amon Code, which was a bestseller for years and years and years and years. And it's still a great perfume. I think they reformulated it. They changed the bottle slightly, but you can really get it at affordable prices now. And if you do like jasmine, I definitely recommend that for like an affordable option compared to a lot of the new release jasmine perfumes that are out at the moment. And then my personal favorite creation from him is the original Jimmy Choo Eau de Parfum. You guys know how much I love this perfume. I must have gone through 20-30 bottles of this in my lifetime, maybe more. Super fresh pear, and then patchouli with a bit of toffee. It's sweet, it's feminine, but it's fresh. And he worked on all the different flankers. You remember there was like exotic versions. There was a parfum version, which I really wish they'd bring back because it was even stronger. The Eau de Toilette version, for me, it's one of my favorite fragrances, probably my favorite fragrance. And so it has to be like his best creation in my view. Another huge hit perfume that he was part of the team that created is Lancome's Olivier Belle, an international bestseller, of course. Strong patchouli base, lots of vanilla praline in there as well. Really good for lasting. And I think he worked on this around the time that he then moved to Chanel, so he hasn't been involved in any of the subsequent flankers, but he was part of that original iconic Olivier Belle fragrance. Another successful male fragrance, so Paco Rabanne Invictus, another great everyday successful male fragrance. You'll see that's definitely another theme, that he's created a lot of good selling, easily like very wearable male fragrances. For Van Cleef & Arpels, he created a perfume which I thought was really good. It's discontinued, and it was called Midnight in Paris, and this was a beautiful ambery leather chocolatey deep perfume for men, but I really think it would now, if it came out now, be marketed as unisex. I love the bottle because it had like a celestial vibe. You guys know how much I love stars and stuff. And this was another great perfume, but the Van Cleef & Arpels fragrances, like, they had some great fragrances, they're fairy ones, but they're all discontinued now, and they had such unique bottles. I wish they'd come back with more unique bottles. So another hugely successful fragrance for women, that is another strong patchouli fragrance like Olivier Belle, is Flower Bomb. So 2005, he was part of the team that created Flower Bomb, and he also created Spice Bomb for men as well. I really like Spice Bomb. One of my favorite perfumes for men, and my partner's favorite as well, is Spice Bomb. Is it Infrared? It's a really lovely fragrance. The Spice Bomb fragrances last really well. So he, like Dolce & Gabbana, The One, Invictus, Spice Bomb. He also created YSL's Les Hommes Libres, Only the Brave. So many really successful male fragrances, and then iconic, successful, best-selling female fragrances, Olivier Belle, Jimmy Choo, Flower Bomb. So he then moves to be the in-house perfumer for Chanel in the late 2010s. So all the ones that have been released since then, he has been the perfumer for. So in the Chanel Chance range, the Eau de Parfum version of Eau Fraiche and Eau Tendre, Chanel Chance Eau Vive, he created Chanel Gabrielle and Gabrielle Essence. Again, Gabrielle and Gabrielle Essence, great jasmine perfumes. I definitely prefer the Essence version to the original. I do have a video on the Gabrielle fragrances, deep diving into them. I'll leave it linked below. And then for Coco Mademoiselle, he created Coco Mademoiselle Intense, L'Eau Privée, and then he's also worked on all the sort of private line, like exclusive ones that Chanel have as well that aren't available everywhere. And he also created the Bleu de Chanel Parfum, and I think this is one of their best sellers. I think the Parfum probably sells better than the original Bleu de Chanel Eau de Toilette. It's just a little bit stronger, more interesting. Original Bleu de Chanel is a very fresh, aromatic fragrance, but then the Parfum version has like some more woody notes, deeper notes. It's stronger, heavier, it's a bit more interesting. It's a little bit more like Dolce & Gabbana, The One for men. I prefer it and recommend it over original Bleu de Chanel, and I think it's about £10 more. And I really like that, like for the Chance range, he's created Eau de Parfum versions, because I do find all their different Eau de Toilette ones are so light. And I do prefer Chanel Coco Mademoiselle Intense to the original, again, because it's just a bit better for lasting. Has a little bit more orangey vanilla in there that makes it just a little bit more interesting as well. I don't know how successful Gabrielle has been. It's hard to say. I know Coco Mademoiselle is definitely still their best seller for women. I don't know whether Gabrielle beats Chance or not, I'm not sure, but I'm super keen to see what else he's going to come out with, any more intense versions or even new lines for Chanel. Definitely he has the knack of creating like hit perfumes both for men and women. Usually like perfumers tend to have a record of more better successful men ones or female ones, but for me I think he's created smash hits for both male and female, so definitely very talented. So guys, let me know what your favorite Olivier Pong I can't say this word, fragrance is. As always, I'll leave the links in the description box to where you can get all the ones that I talked about, but let me know what your favorite is. I do read all the comments, so do let me know. But that's it guys, so thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.